part-time study actually demands more than full-time one, period. Here's why, right? If you've been watching my videos so far, my whole channel, probably 50% of that is about myself studying a part-time software engineering degree in Oxford University. I've been sharing quite a lot of videos around it that talks about freedom of it, the benefit of it, financial of it, how I actually do my time management and things like that. But this video is slightly different because I think some of the questions being asked is that there's part-time study actually demands a lot more than you think. I would like to share that the reason of that and my opinion around it, and hopefully you found this video helpful, especially if you try to get into a part-time master study, no matter what study is that, but eventually this video hopefully will help some of you. So the first one is understanding a part-time master degree. I think generally a part-time studies, like I talk about in my previous videos, it's about, I think, time management. It's pretty important because you can do that study in the evenings, and then you can do that anytime you want. But then one thing that people didn't realize that, or I didn't talk about in my previous video, is that part-time study actually an add-on to what you've been doing so far. So you've been doing a full-time job, you've been doing a YouTube like myself, I'm doing side hustles like me as well. Then you have to find another chunk of time to have an add-on on top of that, which is a part-time study. It doesn't really matter if it's a master's one or diploma, things like that, but kind of a new chunk of time you have to find to sit whatever you already have so that you can do these masters. And that is firstly understanding a master degree first before you part-time degree, I would say, before you jump into whatever part-time study. And then the second one is the balancing act as well. Is pretty important, and it's kind of ties to what I just mentioned just now, is that you have to balance your time, and it's kind of self-explanatory. People who've been watching my video have been thinking you've been talking about this a lot of time, but the action point that doing balancing is quite difficult because sometimes your job demands you a lot more than whatever your section you have in your life. Part-time degree require yourself to do the assignment and things like that, so how you're going to balance it is going to be different. And sometimes you have family, weekends, you just want to spend more time with your friends and family and things like that. Then these are all comes together, and you have to have a new framework to balance yourself. And I made some few videos in the past about how to do time management, having a part-time master degrees or part-time any degrees that you're going to take, and you can refer to that video and get some inspiration how you do your time management. The next one is extended journey, and extended journey it's kind of a bit different. Probably you wouldn't actually think about it. Is that extended journey usually ties to resiliency as well. That if you do not like to study, like myself, I do not like to study at all. I always trying to find a way to avoid study at all. And then this became an extended journey because you would have to make yourself to do a lot more study, and for whatever reason behind of it, you taking the master degree or diploma and things like that, you will have to spend the effort to do it. And I'll call it that extended journey because it is a new journey on top of what you already had. If you already had a degree and you're doing a new one, then this is kind of extended journey that which you are responsible and accountable to finish this part-time degree if you have taken it. The next one is financial consideration. Usually people think that part-time degree is a lot cheaper, but it ended up isn't, because if you're taking part-time degrees that require you to be on site, like mine's one, which is the Oxford University's one that require us to be on site, it ended up actually a lot more expensive because I have to travel to Oxford University for the whole week. I have to find a place to stay, or I have to drive back, return back and forth. And then all that costs just add up, and obviously part-time sometimes also more expensive than the full-time one, especially the one I'm doing in Oxford is a lot more expensive than the counterpart, which is the full-time one, Master Computer Science. I think the full-time is only 15 grand, and the part-time doing one is about 40 grand to finish the whole part-time degree. Sometimes it's part-time. I think the advantage of part-time is sometimes you can get company to sponsor you, which I did. I think in return you have to work for that company for 5 years, anything like that. But the benefit of that is, again, it's you don't need to pay for that. The company will pay for it. And sometimes if you do these part-time jobs, a part-time degree, it will change your career into computer science or any structural engineers or whatever that you would tend to do to get out of the part-time degree. If you're doing the part-time degree or part-time master degree, then think about financial consideration of it. It's not just what you have to pay, but also the return on investment. The next one is the demand of self-discipline as well. If you kind of like me, who sometimes procrastinating, just doing TikToks and Facebook and watching YouTube, like how you watch my videos, hopefully, it will require you to have a new self-discipline to how you can use that time to study at all. And this sync up to what we mentioned just now. It's about time management and then self-discipline, how you run the process itself, what you've been setting so far, and run with it. So sometimes I set a lot of things I wanted to do per day, but ended up didn't follow it because I have too much in the plate. So picking a part-time degree or part-time master degree require a new set of disciplines. Especially I think in part-time degree that require you to write a dissertation, which a video I just made not long ago. It requires a lot more than just sitting in front of computers, that require you to do more research, read a lot more books. So where do you find the time? How can you make yourself disciplined to do that? This is something that I think people have to think about it when they take a part-time degree. It's not just going into it, do some coding, pass it. Those degrees probably not as important as that if you do not learn some new skills. And part of the doing a part-time degree will be, learning a new process, learning how to discipline yourself to do something that beneficial. Then finally is the payoff. A part-time degree doesn't necessarily got a good payoff in the end. So for myself, this ties to financial consideration because this kind of like the return investment thing. People sometimes do a part-time degree to show the employees they've been doing self-improvement, they're worth the promotion, they're worth the pay rises. When it comes to pay rises, eventually it comes to your work performance, how much value it brings to the company, and some companies just constantly using economy downturn as an excuse not to give you the pay rises. And you will end up getting that disappointment because even though you've finished any of the part-time degree, you didn't get the thing you want. Out of all of that, the last point what I want to mention, it's good to use this part-time degree or part-time master degree you're going to do as a stepping stone, but do not use that as extrinsic value, like getting a pay rises, getting whatever you want, but rather use that as a stepping stone to have an intrinsic value that you improve yourself, that you learn something new, you learn new friends, you have a new cohorts that you can trust, you can play with. And that's what's happening to me right now, because after being in my master's course for about a year now, I just felt like the return on investment is probably nil, which is why I'm doing a YouTube video right now to see that I can record my costs if I'm able to monetize based on the fact that I'm doing a master's software engineering course part-time in Oxford University. I highly doubt it, but I mean, hey, but there's still people who are watching my videos right now, so hopefully that, finger crossed, that actually works out in the end. I don't expect that will have a full return on investment on that, but a long journey making these YouTube videos, I've started to get comfortable speaking in front of cameras. Along the way, let's see how that works. This is what I'm talking about, intrinsic value. Important whenever you start something that you never been before. Anyway, that's the end of my video. Hopefully this video kind of helps identifying why a part-time degree or part-time master's degree always demands more than a full-time one. And then after that is the financial bit. You have to think about return on investment. If you have any similar comments that you would like to talk about, then leave it down below. I'll definitely happy to reply you, share my opinions around it. If you like my videos or you like my other videos which talk about financial as well, then feel free to subscribe to me, like my videos. See you next time. Peace. So you have to think about whether the return on investment, and also think that oh shit, I forgot what I need to say because the video stopped. Actually worth it, whether your payoffs is actually about getting pay rises.